We are days away from the much anticipated Gears of War 6 announcement, which is expected to happen during the Xbox Summer Showcase on June 9th. Or at least, that's been the rumor for the last few months. In anticipation of this announcement, I wanted to create a Gears of War 6 wishlist as somebody who started on Gears 1. I've been playing since the Gears 1 release, and I've played every game in the series extensively. So I've put together the most comprehensive list for what I think would be the best Gears of War game in the series. First and foremost, I want to discuss the gameplay. I'm really hoping for that grungy grittiness of Gears of War to come back. I want that horror feeling that was truly displayed in the Gears trilogy. After Gears of War 3, the creepy horror feeling of the Gears of War series was gone. Within that, I want more Gears of War 1 style gore. The blood was darker, the way bodies split with chunks and body parts just made sense. It kept the game dark and gritty. By Gears of War 5, the gore took a turn for the worse. When you body someone with a shotgun, their entire body just kind of explodes. It's really hard to describe, but it just doesn't have the horror element that Gears 1 had. And on a side note, I'd love a variety of headshot noises. There's something about the way headshots sounded in Gears 1 that's just unmatched. It's like hearing a watermelon explode. In each Gears game, they've altered the sound, and I truly believe we need to go back to the roots of Gears 1 to revive the gore and horror aspect of the game. Another aspect of gameplay that needs to change is the movement. The movement has changed per game, and after the trilogy, it has completely missed the mark. In Gears 5, movement doesn't have any weight to it, and the fact that you can slide cancel has completely changed the way the game is played. In the original trilogy, you were punished for your mistakes with movement. If you wall bounce to the wrong wall, it's over. In Gears 5, you can slide cancel and just glide around the map. Slide canceling needs to go. If you slide to a wall, you need to commit and be punished for your mistakes. This will bring back the tactical shooter feeling that the original trilogy had. In my personal opinion, Gears 3 was the perfect balance between fast movement that had weight and felt solid. So moving on to weapons, in terms of weapons, I'm a big advocate for symmetrical starting weapons. A big component of Gears multiplayer was how symmetrical it was in multiplayer. Everybody started with the same weapons, and as a team, you needed to fight to get power weapons on the map, which incorporated a huge level of strategy per round. The ability to start with a hammer burst, retro lancer, or sawed-off shotgun completely took away from gameplay in terms of strategy. I understand the hammer burst, retro lancer, and sawed-off have pros and cons, but the variety of starting weapons changed gameplay, and quite frankly, I don't know if it made things much better. Gears of War is a series that operates on balance in multiplayer, and keeping starting weapons symmetrical maintains that balance. And on a complete side note, please just remove the mantle kick. It's beyond fucking annoying. It completely takes away from close combat battles in cover. Nowadays, you can't get close to anybody on cover because you know you'll be mantle kicked into oblivion. So moving on into customization, I would really love for Gears 6 to move more into the Gears Tactics barracks for customization. Give me an option to make my own cog or locust. Give me face customizations with templates, tattoos, armor, height, weight. Assuming hitboxes won't be an issue, let me make my character obese or super jacked. I would like to add accessories like bandanas, helmets, glasses. Give me everything. We've had in this series the opportunity to play as so many different characters. At the very least, give us the opportunity to make our own. I want my character to look like me. I want to make a cog running through multiplayer maps bodying locusts. I just think that it's something that just hasn't been incorporated in this series for so long, and I don't understand why. I'm assuming microtransactions are a big part of it, but I would just love the opportunity to be able to make my own character, and with leveling up, unlocking different armor pieces, and being able to add that onto my character and fully customize the camo and color of the armor and everything in between. In terms of game modes, personally, I'm comfortable with all of the game modes that have been produced in the Gears franchise. I think they put a lot of detail into Horde and Escape. Beast Mode was a cool concept that could have been done better, but my main take with the game modes is to go back to the original modes that made Gears of War what it is today. I think we need to refocus the gameplay of Gears back to execution. Having execution as the core game mode of multiplayer will shift the gameplay back to competitive team and map-based strategy. If you watched my video on how Epic Games killed its best franchise, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Over the years, the Gears series kept changing and moving away from what made Gears such a popular series. A massive component of what made Gears a popular series was its strategic one life per round style gameplay. Also, please no Battle Royale mode. In theory, it sounds fun, it really does, but I truly think it will kill the Gears franchise. The Gears community is small enough as it is, and incorporating all of these game modes will diminish the matchmaking playlists. Not to mention, I just can't see the Coalition doing an amazing job on a Battle Royale mode. I think it'll lack a ton of content and become a failed game mode. But the mode I truly want is Forge mode. Give us the opportunity to make multiplayer maps and Horde maps. Please, dear God. The Gears fans know what they want, and if you give us the power to make our own maps with custom game playlists and multiplayer, then Gears 6 will have a ton of replayability. And that's the perfect segue into the next topic of maps. I think it's no secret at this point, the Coalition is just absolute dog shit at making maps. The best maps in the Gears series were from Gears 1 to Gears 3, and I'm completely okay with bringing back the classics. That coupled with the Forge mode so we can make our own maps, that is all we need. And on top of that, please get rid of the weird weather and storm situation where you can't see through fog or snow or all that nonsense. If you're going to incorporate weather and different aspects of weather and storms within the maps, make the maps change per game. If you're able to set a randomizer on each map where it can either be dark, sunny, snowy, stormy, midday, early morning, whatever it may be, if you add that type of cycle per map, per game, then you will get much better results than a random snowstorm on an always snowy map. I want to be able to play Canals or Jacinto in the morning and at night, or on a bright sunny day, or during a snowstorm. Just when you search for a game and you land that game and you start the match, that's when you find out whether it's a sunny day for the map and the game or whether it's a rainstorm for that game. Okay, the point I'm making is don't add this weird weather system that actually directly affects gameplay. If you're gonna implement some form of a weather system, just make it cosmetic for the sake of the actual map and let it vary. That's going to be received much better than us all having to take cover and wait for the snowstorm to pass before we can fight again. It's just really a nuisance in gameplay. Now, with that being said, I want to move over to the campaign. Personally, I've always been a fan of the linear campaigns in Gears of War. I'd be happy with another one as long as the story is solid. But given the Gears 5 campaign and the poor attempt at an open world layout, I truly believe Gears of War 6 will go in that direction. And if Gears of War 6 intends to have an open world campaign, I'd like it to be similar to Halo Infinite, or give me something similar to Elden Ring. Give me a full-blown open world without much instruction that relies on full-blown survival, boss fights, and everything in between. I also think it'd be cool to incorporate a level of base and city building within the open world aspect. For example, let's say you're a lonely Gear in the open world, and during your exploration you find Gears struggling to survive in a gunfight against the Locust Horde. You can help in the gunfight, kill the locusts, and recruit the gears to make a squad. From there, you can build a home base or city with defenses and a marketplace. As you establish your base, you can take on horde-style missions of defending your base, or you can pursue the main quest of exploring the map, finding new weapons, armor, finding bosses to fight, and pursuing whatever the main storyline is. If the Coalition was able to achieve this style of an open world campaign, I could really see the campaign taking off and having a ton of replayability. While there is so much more I can discuss and cover, I'm really not focused on the minor details. I'm focused on reviving the Gears community by implementing some old and new aspects to the game. Whether the announcement on June 9th is Gears 6, a Marcus Phoenix collection, or something else, I'm truly hoping the Coalition does this right. We need a new and successful Gears game, for the love of God. With that being said, what's on your wish list? Will you be excited for a new Gears game? What are you hoping to see? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.